Hey there guys, Ephraim's Vanguard here, and welcome to this next episode of Let's Play The Simpsons Hit and Run. You might have noticed towards the end of the last episode, and you might have noticed from the camera pan right there, that there's a interesting little something up there. I would say we go do it right now, but I'm pretty sure a mission will actually make us go up there. If not, then we'll be back in this parking lot plenty of times. It's not going to be that big a problem. Also, I managed to get some stuff done with the Stood Spare Cat last episode. That's good. So I don't feel like it went to waste. Is there anything else I can use? The sports car. Can I go... Actually, where do I buy it? Like, where's Gil? That might be worthwhile knowing. Because I want to see what the other cars are. I have an idea, but I don't want to do too many missions because, some of those cars I know are very useful. I can remember, I'm pretty sure there's a car you win for completing all the races. I'm pretty sure I know what that is. And then I know another car that you buy, but there's a third. Actually, I do know what it is, and all of them are actually pretty good racing cars, so. And the reason I say that is because we're going to be needing a lot of speed in these next missions. Though, you know what? I think Professor Frank's going to take us around town, so I'll talk to him, see what he needs. If it's a destroy something, then I might continue along scoping stuff out. But if not, then, you know. Like I said, I know that you can check out that UFO crash. I mean, there are coins leading up there, but that's a later thing.
I'm glad you're here, my morbidly obese ally. Based on my mathulations, I figured out the alien's weakness. It's nuclear waste. Yuck.
And how does that affect me?
Well, it could save the life of you and your family.
And?
Look, I've loaded my vehicle with nuclear waste from the power plant. It's going to deliver this toxic payload to the alien ship, risking myself and my delicious brain to zombie snacking, which if you've never undergone that, I can tell you it stings.
What a hero. And I never knew his name.
It's Professor John, Frank.
Are you still here?
Alright, so we gotta protect Professor Frank from the aliens, deliver the nuclear waste to the spaceship. So, what does it mean by protect? Does it just mean like we're controlling him and we're supposed to not get caught?
Piece of cake.
I think that's what it, yeah. Because we're driving his car. And we do have a limited time frame to get over to the playground. There's a thing about these sorts of missions. You can see we're carrying toxic waste on the back, and I'm sure you'll get the catch in just a moment. Now one problem is that, excuse me, the one problem is that this car is very slippery and it's very easy to crash, and it also is just not the best. I'm pretty sure his stats here are the same as our playable ones, so there's that. You gotta be careful not to crash into something. Okay, I think this one might operate a little differently than some of the later ones. What I'm concerned about is that if you crash into something, usually you'll drop the toxic waste, but because maybe we're driving Professor Frank's car, it's a little different. Like it's strapped in, because in other ones it'll just fall off if, yeah, that it's definitely strapped in on this one. So you can crash if you want, just don't destroy your vehicle. Right now, at least. I'm sorry, Professor Frank. What? What did you say? Also, my head's poking out of the invisible car's roof. That is wonderful. What's not wonderful is getting stopped by the cops!
What, kid? I almost spilled my sundae.
No, don't you dare. I just need to get in here.
Nice alien craft.
Drive your vehicle into a tractor beam and then get out.
Tractor beam! Oh, it sucked me up!
Oh, it didn't do that yet.
It's not good.
Hurry up, I have...
Yay!
Boy,
Professor
talk
Frank
about
died,
fun.
though.
If I'm gonna kill those town filming, black car driving, cola poisoning, laser distributing, reality show filming monsters, I'm gonna need some more toxic waste.
So Professor Frank did in fact sacrifice himself, which is
Where am I gonna put all these?
very macabre. Macabre might not be the right word.
Just bring,
Grisly,
bring,
gruesome,
just
that's a
bring.
better term. Macabre is just like, yeah, that's sort of disturbing and creepy. Death goes a little beyond that, so What I want to do real quick though is, if we're going to be killing some aliens, we're not going to be. Yeah, Willie? I see. I see. But what I want to do is, if we're going to be killing aliens, I want to be dressed as the devil. And we're actually not going to be talking to Lisa right now. We'll do that later in the episode, I promise. We'll get at least 2 main missions done this go round. But right now, I want to get my car back. And I don't think that destroyed our hover car, did it? I don't think so, because it didn't cost me money and it was part of a mission. So let me check real quick, though. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So, we can get the hover car back, but Professor Frank's dead. You saw him fall through the earth. There's no coming back from that. Continue down here. There is a race down here. Since this is where Ralph was before, I would have assumed that his zombie would be down here, but that's not quite the case. Alright, that's a bit of a weird sign. What does the zombie have to say, though?
If I win this, you have to promise not to eat my brains. No deal.
Circuit race.
Brains.
I'm actually not going to do that right now.
Ooh, the vibrations tickling my
And the
feet.
cars are just sitting there a little awkwardly. But what I'd rather do is
Learn to drive, dumbass.
find another car. And yeah, the last. Oh no, that's the same race. Sorry, I'm a dum dum. All right, so Gil's up here. Let's talk to
It
him.
was like that when I got here.
You just gotta help old Gil out.
Oh, there's the other. Oh, I do need to grind, don't I? So disregard what I said last time. Of course, I don't need to grind much, because I only need to get about 300 more coins. But we have the hover bike, which I completely forgot about. Oh, the bonus mission. That's what I wasn't counting for. The hover bike, which is a very good racing vehicle. Only it's very brittle. It's actually more brittle than that says, because it can take a couple good hits. But that might just be my mind filling it in. It's also very narrow, so oops. It's also very narrow, so it's actually pretty hard to crash into stuff, which is good. The only thing is that because it is hovering off the ground, it has pretty poor handling. And why do I keep on exiting out like that? I don't want that. I want to come over here to the hearse, and this is just like the fake police cars that follow us around. Also, what's that design on the right there? I can't tell if that's just like some weird shading or if it's actually green. If it is green, I never noticed before. It does look like it has a different door, because like the design stops somewhat, like the flame pattern. But the hearse is basically the best all-around car in the game, because it has near top speed, near top acceleration, great toughness, and great handling. So, and it's even cheaper than the hover bike. So, generally speaking, if you need to do something, the hearse is a good choice for that. I'm trying to think though. I think the next mission, well, I can afford it anyways, because we'll change into the dirty outfit sometime later. So, for now, I want to use the hover bike because it's cool. What, you think the devil doesn't have a hover bike?
Well, it's about time.
But you can see it has some little rocket thrusters over here, which we can just scoot around on. And it actually has pretty good turning. The problem is it's a little slippery on the turn, if that makes sense. Because like it'll continue, because like it won't actually start pushing you forward from a sharp turn until a little while later. You'll still like skid around. That's not the best way I can describe it verbally, but you know, it'll make do. Lard Lad Donuts come for the large, stay for the sugar. It's just a different sign. I mean, it's just a different design on the sign. I thought it'd say something fun. Ooh, money. Yes, please.
Oh, I wanted a peanut.
You'll get a peanut eventually, Homer. Oh, I heard a wasp. That'll help our coin count too. So maybe in the end, maybe I grinded the perfect amount, because I saw those costumes and I was just like, in the zombie car, and I was just like, oh, that's not too bad. And then a hover bike costs 1,000 coins. Then again, why wouldn't it? Here's the card I kept on mistaking before, and the sign is possessed, so at least the billboard over there makes a bit of sense. What does the Krusty Burger say? Zombie burger, of course. Time travel toaster? What? That's weird.
Just a few more.
But we'll come over here, try to hop on the roof.
Must never run again.
Sorry, Homer, you will have to run. And I heard a wasp around here. Or, no, I already got the wasp, unless there's a second one over here. Oh, there is. No, that wasn't what I was... That's not what I wanted, thank you. So, if we can get... What, 120? 100 or 1,200? We'll be in the clear in terms of coins, at least. Or was Hobo Homer 400? 50 coins may not make that big a difference. So I'm not going to sweat it. And besides, we'll check in a moment once we walk in the Quickie Mart. I'm just checking out this area since we didn't before. Anything up here? No, just a wrench that I accidentally collected. And here's our bonus mission. Everything seems to be centralized on this side, which is a little weird. Our bonus mission is Mr. Smithers. So if you know of any cars that Mr. Smithers may drive, that may be what he lets us drive afterwards. Especially any cars that he's driven in this map before. Why am I being so subtle about it? You'll find out soon enough.
Right away. Bouncy, bouncy.
So 100 more coins. Anything up here? Yes, a wasp. That's what I want to see. Now, how close are we? I'll check once we do all the gags inside the Quickie Mart, because otherwise I have no idea where they are.
Nothing lasts forever.
Especially not trees. That's true, because, you know, they die. Spooky Mart. Sorry, I should have used the proper terminology. Even the inside's decorated, man. Apu's gone all out. Gotcha. I'll be seeing you and your soul later. Also, there's a dead man by the ATM. Apparently, his withdrawal took a little too long. And, again, here's some excessive animated gore. It's the same as before, so... Actually, do you mind if I skip it? Because it makes me uncomfortable. Can you skip it? You can. Does it count if you skip it? It does. Alright. So, no worries about that. Sorry if you don't mind it, it just... Ah, Jesus. Alrighty, here we are back again. Hopefully it works this time. I've already played the video, so we don't have to see it again, thankfully. Now let's try and press the silent alarm like I was trying to last time. And let's blow up the slushy machine. Out of the way! Not like it actually splattered us. I mean, Apu's completely clean, even though the area around him certainly isn't.
I need a selection of fatty treats, please.
Maybe you would care to eat what's in the mystery box.
I'm looking for something in a breakfast burrito.
Perhaps a little chocolate-covered bacon will suit your needs.
I need food that's flavorful, yet supple to the touch.
Perhaps the crazy name of my new Crazy Value Combo will appeal to you.
Those were all surprisingly appropriate answers. Anyway, Krusty's back here doing Never mind, I think I know what magazine that is. Never mind, I don't approve.
Is it the future yet?
Yes, it is. Now, there is something I want to mention. You might notice that my coin count's slightly lower than it was before. That's because I accidentally, in trying to buy the devil costume. I accidentally bought the dirty costume as well, but it's not like I'm wearing it right now. It's not that big a deal. And the good news is, because I went ahead and bought that, I can now guarantee that I have enough money to buy everything. Which, because I bought that costume, is now just the hearse, but whatever. I've got a hover bike. That's what's important, at least right now. Now, I want to show off a little something up here. Oh, I definitely needed to come up here. Because there is a wasp. And I got him. Now, the time on this episode might be a little skewed because I'm not sure how long the last episode was. I think I had maybe like 12 to 14 minutes down before that cut happened. But otherwise, I'm not quite sure. I'll just have to keep an eye on the time. Anyway, you might notice that this car looks like we can get in it. It's because we can. Homer can hop into this tiny little RC car, and it is the last secret car of this game. And it's a pretty good one to end on, too. It's not exactly fantastic by any definition. It's pretty cute, all things considered, but if you need to get into a tight space, it's good for you. You can run over people just like a normal car. The only thing is that it has a little whirring sound that can be obnoxious. It has surprisingly good handling, almost a little too good handling. It goes a little faster than you'd think a toy car would go, but it's actually not good enough to be practical. Not good enough to be practical, but it's better than you would expect. It goes faster than the NPC cars. I'm not going to get the cops on me. I promise I'm not going to get the cops on me. Then again, I can get 2 hit and runs and be safe. Oh, that was close. Good thing I had some solid shrubbery in there. What? Maggie, get down from there. Anyway, I couldn't help but notice that we didn't get all the gags. There's one that I'm missing. That's a problem. It's not in the school, is it? I don't think so. I'm thinking of what it could... Oh, never mind. I know what it is. At least I'm pretty sure I know what it is. We still have 5 WASP cameras. I'm not entirely sure where they could all be. But oh well. I do feel like I know at least the general area where the last collector card is, so that's not much of an issue. But now that we got the cops on us, I'll take this car out for a spin for a little while. Because why not? I know we just bought the hover bike, but trust me, it'll have its time to shine. Just continue on down here. It couldn't clear that gap. Another reason this car isn't exactly the best for practical purposes. Never mind, I can't do what I want. Because I forgot we need tall cars to get up onto that bridge. Wait. Cletus has a bell on his outhouse? Also, don't ask how Homer fits in there. I'm not quite sure myself. Actually, oh my gosh, that actually shrink is modeled to fit in there. That's actually really cute. Really cool, too.
Not now, okay? I've been reading this here Hog Weekly. I like the special features.
Well, it's about
I don't approve of... Well, I don't approve of stereotypes in general, but that just personally hits me on a level because, you know, that's the stereotype of my people. It annoys me a bit. Then... Well, it is the worst I've seen. I was going to say something about Lotta Hart from Ace Attorney, but honestly, she's not that bad compared to Cletus. She's just stupid and annoying, which some Southerners are, but otherwise not so much. What I'm more offended with is that in Ace Attorney is their misuse of Southern phrases, like y'all. It upsets me, because y'all is it is a contraction of you all. And first of all, the apostrophe comes after the Y. It's Y apostrophe A-L-L, not Y-A apostrophe L-L. Because that would be ya all. That's not how it works. And also, y'all is exclusively used for, it is exclusively used in a plural sense, because it is a contraction of you all, meaning more than one. Whereas Ace Attorney loves to have a lot of heart, use it when addressing a single person, and it honestly it annoys me. And some usually they're good about getting the spelling or the spelling. Does proper apostrophe placement count as spelling? That might be a form of punctuation. But anyway, they usually get it right, but sometimes they mess it up, and it bothers me even then. I don't mean to be so pedantic, but whatever. Also, there's some wasps we can take. Some of the missing wasps up here. This was a couple that I was thinking where they would be, but not all of them. And unfortunately, I didn't see that last collector card either. Actually, I think I know where it is, but that's a later day. That's a later day. This wasp in particular is being very annoying, though. I think it's because I'm jumping a little early. That might be why. And I promise we'll go do stuff. I'll try and sneak in another race and Lisa, end the mission with Lisa as well. And if that takes us over time, then so be it. That's how I'm just gonna roll right now. Anything else over here? Looks like we're good. I'm gonna do a quick run around just to make sure I don't hear any more wasps.
Never.
If Homer will, you know, be quiet. But it looks like we're good. I'm not exactly why they made the RC car the secret vehicle in this level of all things. It doesn't really fit the Halloween aesthetic. Then again, I don't know what other cars would, but I don't know. It just seems a little odd that this was. It has a tiny little toy car horn, but it seems a little odd that they would choose it for right now. Oh, there's not a vending machine on that thing. I thought there would be, because there was before. By before, I mean in levels 1 and 4. Let's get this car on the right track, because there is a very tiny something I want to show over here. And it's if we come down here, even though we heard him in the outhouse, Cletus is down here at the tobacco farm. Just an interesting thing, instead of out in front of his house, he's over here. Which is also why he doesn't appear driving his pickup truck, because he's too busy doing his farming. Wow, I think that was the first time I've ever hit that side. Usually I end up veering too far to the left and clip onto the billboard there. Alright, anything else I can grab over here? I'm thinking that's a no. What was that? Also, whose house is this? Oh.
Look, I told you, I'm already saved. Papa, have you come back?
Yes.
Are you a cop? If you are, you have to tell me.
That's debatable. It is if I'm entering the house, but you don't always have to immediately identify yourself. Because the first thing that came to my mind, well, of course the rules might have changed since then, because criminal procedure is a constantly changing field, but I'm reminded of a case where some either local officers or FBI agents, might have been a task force between the two, I can't remember. They tracked down some drug dealers to a hotel room. They knocked on the door, identified themselves as hotel service, and because it's hotel service, the guys opened their door, saw some uniformed officers, and immediately tried to close it. Didn't end well for them. They got arrested, and I'm pretty sure they got put in jail too. But, well, they definitely got put in jail. I'm pretty sure they got put in prison, but that's beside the point. What I need to do is come over here and get me a big old car and climb on top of the bridge. Destroy the phone booth, because hey, having some extra buffer from the police trying to steal my money. Armor truck, yeah.
My car is sleeping.
Back this on up. Disregard whoever's in the way. And what way do I need to go? Probably down here if I had to guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I need to readjust that so that side's a bit closer, but yeah. Because I very nearly jumped off the bridge. Also, you can hear, like, the river bubbling, I think. It's very disturbing. It looks like blood. I mean, it makes sense it would, but still is weird. Alright, I see at least one wasp up here, so that'll help us a fair bit. Just gotta make sure we don't slide off. Do I collect the money first, or do I attack the wasp first? Because he's a tool. Alright. Gotcha. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to collect most of its money, because money has the ability to float in the air. Just in case you didn't know. I mean, dollar bills actually do float in there, but coins, only these coins have the special ability to float in there. And that was that. So, 2 more wasps, is it? 1 collector card, 2 wasps, and a gag. And that's all of our collectibles, then. But let me drive the RC car.
Ouch! My bikini zone's chafing.
Where is it? Oh, there is no RC car. I've got an armored truck. That's right. Okay, the episode actually, I think it actually is getting a little lengthy, so I mean, it's getting closer to the end of the series. Why not have a couple beefy episodes? Unless this level takes me a bit too long, then I'll stop. But I'm going to hold up on my promise. It was my fault for exploring a little too hard.
Let's see you do better.
Also, something I forgot that you can see right there. The reverse on the hoverbike, appropriately enough, is just having the rocket thrusters fire in the other direction of the sprue. It's a nice little detail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hoverbike out for the time trial.
They have you working at the DMV now? Brains. Thank you. I do have nice brains.
I would imagine he wants some brains, considering his head's fallen open.
Brains. Brains.
But even though this is a good racing vehicle, because it is pretty brittle, I'm not going to take it out for a circuit race where it is much more likely to get destroyed by haphazard AI-controlled vehicles than in a time trial where its destruction is entirely my own doing. I won't say entirely, because after last time where I flew up into the air, and it screwed me over, that wasn't entirely my fault. It was related to my driving, but I still maintain that it wasn't my fault. I'm Huey and Merrick of this world. Now that is a problem though, it's crashing into the wall and the invisible wall and damaging it. It's a little too good. The bright side is that I'm doing these laps in about, well, if I slide off a little closer like that, that's actually good, and I can come over here and get the wrench. That took about 20 seconds though, so I do need to hurry up. Oh no! Don't tell me I failed it after just bragging. That would be embarrassing. I got it. As you can see, I did that with pretty plentiful time to spare, so the hoverbike is good. So, continue on down here. No, I won't get the cops on me. Just cause.
Oh, out of control.
I am, in fact, out of control. Because, as much as I love the hoverbike, it also looks pretty cool, all things considered. It is a little slippery. But whatever, I'm gonna go inside and talk to Lisa. Let me just trip these again, just in case.
I'll cover you muckers!
Just because it's a zombie apocalypse doesn't mean we can't have slapstick, does it?
I need to find some nuclear waste, and fast!
Why don't you ask Mr. Burns? His buried nuclear waste has poisoned Springfield for years to come.
Good old Mr. Burns. He'll save us. Thank goodness for nuclear waste.
There's something about Monty, and now I realize I didn't understand who Monty was before, but that's supposed to be Montgomery Burns. Makes sense. Find a source of nuclear waste before time runs out. So we have half a minute to get into a vehicle, which is a little odd. I hope we don't need to destroy anything, because this thing sure can't do it. No, we need to drive to the power plant in an hour. Not an hour. That would be a bit too much time, even from how awful I can be. We need to get in there in a minute 40 seconds, and
It's
oh.
that black car again. Ooh, it has the speed of a sub-boss combined with the tenacity of a level boss.
Don't break the fourth wall, Homer. You gotta save that for the Simpsons game.
Ooh, the vibrations.
Actually, Bart does that in the Simpsons game, but still. Whoa! That was a little rough, but this is a good car, so we can drive away from it. I don't know if the timer was still ticking during that, or whether it automatically comes up at like a minute forward, which is a little odd if it does. I'd imagine either the timer still ticks or it freezes while you're trying to get away, which would actually be a benefit to you because... Let's be careful about this. What did I just say?
Another one.
Oh, no, 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 no. Get away. Get away. Get away. You've got a good bike. They can't catch me if I'm on a bike.
I didn't do it.
Oh, don't spawn in front of me. Don't spawn in front of me. Just let me come over here and complete the mission because that destroys the timer. What did I just say? Oh, my God.
Eric Villain.
Well, there's something. No.
Drive, you
Well, I can get caught.
Watch it, I almost spilled my sundae.
We're technically not done with the mission, so I do need to be careful. Go away, police. Thank you. But, and I knew we would be brought back here in a mission. But, some jurisdictions actually do have a rule against high-speed chases with, well, motorcycles, not necessarily bikes. All two-wheeled. But this isn't even a two-wheel vehicle. It's a no-wheel vehicle. But the point is, many places, I won't say many, some places do have rules against high-speed pursuits of motorcycles. Because, obviously, motorcycle people are, if they get into a wreck, they're likely to die. And if it's a high-speed chase, then they are super likely to die. Because, and according to the people I've talked to concerning that, they said that, wow, there's even more money up here. They said that there's only two ways motorcycle chases go. Either they get away because they're a super skilled driver and they can weave in and out in traffic at high speeds, and there's just no way the cops can keep up with that if they're weaving in and out in traffic while they have full-sized vehicles to deal with, or the bike will crash and the driver will die, which is not the most preferable option, but that's just generally how things go. They generally, at least from the department I talked to, or people from the department I talked to, they said it's only if there's a felony that... Actually, I think that was regular vehicles. I think the policy with motorcycles is never to do that because it will die. Whereas if they're in a actual proper full-sized vehicle, then they can survive a crash in a high-speed chase. It's just not too likely. But even then, they'll only do chases for full-speed vehicles if they know the person has committed a felony, which a traffic offense alone usually isn't. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear what he says. And Mr. Burns is up here? What? But you know what? That'll be a surprise for next episode. Also, is that the last boss? Oh my gosh, it is. So we've got the last card, the last wasp, and I may be wrong, but I think the last gag are all up here. But that'll be next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.